We have special announcement, special presentation tonight. We have two guests of honor to my right-hand side here. Of course, George Reed. George, I don't think needs any introduction, but I'm going to anyways, because I've followed George's career for the longest time, and such a decorated guy. He does so much for the community and for the Rough Riders, and we love him so much. George spent 13 years with the Rough Riders from 1963 to 1975. Number 34 is one of 8 jerseys that the Saskatchewan Rough Riders have retired. A 9-time CFL All-Star, retired with 3 CFL career records, 16,116 rushing yards, 137 touchdowns, and 134 rushing touchdowns, which is still a CFL record. Received the Order of Canada in 1978, elected to the CFL Hall of Fame in 1979, Canadian Sports Hall of Fame in 1984, currently with the Casino Regina and Moose Jaw, responsible for corporate events, and established the George Reed Foundation in 1975. Heather Hodgson is a Moose Jaw native, and a lover of art, and a huge lover of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders. I got to know Heather beginning about 10 weeks ago, and she's going to be involved in the presentation shortly here. But I'd like George to come up and speak, if you would, George, about the George Reed Foundation and the work the foundation does.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Foundation that we have started basically is one that works with mentally and physically disabled people. We look at a lot of different avenues of things that we do and everything. We have one what they call a non-verbal people, and we are starting a place at the University of Regina where students and so forth can study, can learn, and so forth, how to deal with people with nonverbal communications. We also have Special Olympics. We have a big golf tournament coming up on Monday. We're sold out. We have 36 teams, the most that we can have, and they've stepped out. We hope to raise $100,000 from this golf tournament on Monday. And there's a number of other things that we're doing. We're into and talking with a lot of different organizations about who needs help and how we can help them. The one thing I've always said is that we will deal and work with physically and mentally disabled people, and that's been my main goal since starting the foundation. And it will continue to be that way. We also have scholarship programs and so forth that will encourage people to work in this field. So hopefully we can continue to go strong and get stronger. We have a number of events coming up. We have, besides this golf tournament, I have another one for the foundation in September, and then we have a big gala. Last year the gala raised $70,000. This year we're shooting for $100,000. And that's with only 100 people. So hopefully we can keep going and do things to lend a hand to those various aspects in Saskatchewan. That's where we are, and that's where we will stay. So thank you very much for having me over.
Now, Heather Hodgson. Heather is originally from Moose Jaw. Has been a big-time supporter of the Saskatchewan Rough Riders over the years, has gotten involved in a lot of different charitable aspects, raising money and raising the rider pride across the province and in Regina and now here in Moose Jaw. And Heather came to me with a concept about 8 or 10 weeks ago. And Heather, I'm going to just turn it over to you. I'll let you explain it.
Okay. Well, I'd actually like to connect the dots a little bit, because it's the funniest thing. About 30 years ago, 1972 or so, my late mother, Willie Hodgson, who had a very long career with the mentally and physically handicapped, dragged me out of high school one day to go to a luncheon in Regina where there was a panel of speakers involved in a variety of issues, one including race relations, actually. And so she got me there, and we listened to these talks, and then I was in a lineup, and I was shaking somebody's hand. Apparently his name was George Reed. I'd never heard of him. And Mom wanted me to be there, and I just recall being edified by the panel and the important work my mother was involved in. So then all these years pass, and here I get to meet the man again. Now, I am definitely a big Rider fan, but I'm a very much bigger fan of the George Reed Foundation. And during the centennial year of the Rough Riders, I got involved with the fans to create some fan activities, including which was an art exhibition by fans making absolutely wacky stuff, and in an art gallery. And one of the things you're going to see today is actually from that art exhibition. And we kept a reserve bid on the thing because many of the items sold to raise money for the George Reed Foundation. We had a steak night and fans bid on things, and all that money went to George's foundation. But this particular piece you're going to see tonight was reserved because we wanted it in a public place and to get the notoriety that it deserves, as you'll soon see. So we'll have another event sort of coming up in the future because we have preserved from that centennial exhibition and fan activity a massive 13th man flag, and we're going to get people to come and sign it. Maybe a local bar in town. We haven't decided where this will go, but you can sign it and also donate money to the George Reed Foundation. This man walks on water as far as I'm concerned. The good works he's done, I mean, I heard it from my mother a long time ago, and it's continued all these years. I personally can't do enough for him, except now I'm actually quite tired. So anyway, this is the catalog from the exhibition that was held the year. This is a specially commissioned painting of George done by a Moose Jaw fan as well, Deanna Junick. Anybody know Deanna? She's a really good sports painter, I guess, of athletes. So that was how we got George's involvement partly in it. And also in this catalog this is George talking about the fans over all the years since the early days when fans would sit on the side of the practice field and there was no green kind of, crazy costumes and all that like there is today. So he talks about the evolution of the Rider Nation, basically. And this catalog is in all the libraries. It's basically, it was purchased, it was like 3,000 copies, right? And they were gone the day of the exhibition was open. They were free to the fans, except they were donating money to the foundation. As you can see, I can talk. I'm a university lecturer, so I'd better stop. I'd like to acknowledge the artist, however, whose work we're going to celebrate today, and that's Adele Crowe. She's also had exhibition work in the very pleased with her involvement today, and I think I probably said enough.
Are we ready to see it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. So, George?
Let's see it. Permanently on display at the Moose Jaw Fieldhouse.
Here it is. Get the artist up here.
If you want to get down, go up there.
Come on, Adele, you're
Get
the
up there.
artist. Come on, great.
Oh, I want a picture.
Adele makes her living as an artist. That's what she does, and she's incredible
Oh, is that-
the work she does.